What I want to talk to you guys while I'm eating, I want to talk to you guys. Basically, you know how I'm just gonna say this, but it's a lot of people that's racist or whatever, right? So just think about, how people can miss out on a good thing because they say, "Oh, he white. I'm not gonna talk to him," and you're black. "Oh, he white. I'm not gonna talk to him. I don't do that." Like, but what if that's what God sent you? What if that's what God sent you? When you put an expectation on people of what you want your perfect person to look like, or what you want, you're not gonna never, if God do send you somebody, you're not gonna use your discernment and tell if this is the person for you, because you're going off what your perfect person supposed to look like. Now you can have values into that person. The values is a different story, but the way a person look, that's what's wrong with a lot of people. We tend to worry about the looks. Oh, this person got to be a certain way. He got to stand 5 feet, or he got to stand 6'2". He got to stand 7 feet. You understand what I'm saying? The expectation that a lot of people in this world put on a lot of people. That's why you're single. That's why you're single. But when I say comfort zone, my comfort zone was always dating African American men. I stepped outside my box. I don't do African American men no more. It's only I do have a preference. I have a preference for white guys only. White guys only. That's it. White guys. Now, ain't nothing wrong with the other race, but that's just my preference. It's white guys. I don't want to date inside of my race. If you know, like, for real, the my perfect person, as in an African American man, wherever they at. But I can change that. But white, no black, nothing black. I'm If I'm smacking, don't worry about it. Well, my friend, he ain't get on here. Y'all was watching me. Come and watch Eating with Kitty. You know, I'm gonna go back to African American men. They expectations high too. Like, basically, they expect a lot of things. You understand what I'm saying? Or, they act like this, or they act like this, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't get it. I'm hungry right now. Mm-hmm. Some men like only BBLs. So I'm like, understanding. But what if you change that perspective and jump outside that comfort zone? That's just, a lot of things in life that people do that you would never get an understanding of it. You would never get an understanding of it because they don't want to change their ways. They stuck in their own ways. So you would never get an understanding of people. That's why it's hard to like this card reading stuff. I'm back on that because that's stupid. Okay. Mm. When you talk about the perfect person, or you going to go get a reading from somebody, or are you doing this? How they can tell you what God is about to send in your life? How they about to tell you that? Tell me that. How can a person that do tarot tell you that God is about to do this? They have God mind. They talk to him. They talk to him like for real. Like for real. Like talk, like face to face with him. You gotta understand. Some stuff is just real stupid nowadays. I don't believe in that. Some stuff is real stupid. I don't know if people believe in that, or if you even a person to go get a reading on yourself, or how my relationship gonna be, or how this gonna be. That's dumb. Them people just want your money. That's just like a false pastor when he's just trying to get all that money by his Rolls Royce. That's what I'm saying. trying to get your trying to get a Rolls Royce for real, or whatever they're getting. Right? They buying. They what the song saying? It ain't tricking if you got it. You know. Using the church's money. Uh, but for real, I'm not telling no story, but they just. I'm not saying who. I'm not saying who. I don't know who do it, but I know they do it. They use the church's money, and that's no joke. That's no lie. To buy their fantasy. Oh, just to clarify my situation. I don't know the man's name, but I know it's a gay dude. I know it's a gay dude that's on here talking about pastor right now. That he was watching church. He was watching church, and the pastor came to pay him. Come to pay him, but the pastor came to go pay him to do him. You understand what I'm saying? To do the pastor wanted to get done, but he had a wife, so he did not know. So the dude did not know the dude was the man was a pastor. You understand? Didn't know he was a pastor or nothing. Didn't know none of that. But then he watched television on that Sunday, and whatever sermon he was watching, it was the pastor that he was doing in the, in there, that report, that part. So therefore, he got online and called it out. He got online and called it out and said that, um, and said that, the little babies that swim, that what we call them, put that in there. Hmm. It's not funny. It's not funny. I just don't know where the world coming to. You know, you know. But I just feel nowadays, I don't care. My personal opinion. My personal opinion is ain't women. I'm just gonna tell women this: y'all not gonna have no men. Y'all better stick. If you got a man right now, if you got a man, or if you got a sex partner, whatever you got, keep them, cause ain't no man gonna be around. I'm telling you. They said at the end of time, man gonna be with man, all stuff. But I'm telling you straight up, just prepare yourself. It's already happening. It's already happening. So just prepare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just prepare yourself. If you got a man, just keep him. Keep him. Because it's not going to be no man. I'm just being real. It's going to be a few. It's going to be a few. And the few that the few that it's going to be, somebody already got. Mm-hmm. I'll keep it 100. Keep it gangster. If you want to call it like that. And that's the truth. Ain't it's not going to be no man for women. People got to face the fact that it is what it is, and that's the truth. People don't want to look at it like that, but it's gonna be a whole lot of men that's just gonna be and and now that I tell my story, they're gonna start being comfortable by saying, okay, you know what? I am gonna be my authentic self. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna come across somebody for you page. They already DL in the closet. You understand what I'm saying? They already DL in the closet, but they just need clarification from somebody. You understand what I'm saying? They need clarification. So once this story coming across people for you page, and they're gonna be like, oh, he can live like that, and he's still happy, he's still this, and he's still that. Yeah, gonna be a lot of men. That's DL right now. That some of these women that's holding on to, and you really think that man love you? That man loves a man. That man loves a man. I'm just gonna keep it 100. If I can't keep it 100 with myself, I can keep it 100 with Chuck. All these men are turning gay. Mm. And then if you go to ATL, you go to ATL. I ain't no being, but I'm not gonna go. You go to ATL. You got men that's buff that women's trying to talk to. But they tell them, oh, my man over there. My man over there. You understand what I'm saying? For real. Just straight up. You got these big buff dudes. You got these big buff dudes, and big buff dudes are with big buff dudes. Face the reality. Face it. I just call that how I see it. You understand that? That's for real. My generation. hmm My generation. Oh, especially my generation. My generation. There's no man. It's meant for us. But it's meant for us. But when we come down to the women, and that's a lot of men. That's I don't know, but for real, at the end of the time, that's what it says in the Bible somewhere. I have to find it for you. But that's what it's in Revelations. You got to read Revelations. I'm telling you, that's what it says. All the floodings and the tornadoes and all this earthquakes and all this stuff. Do you understand? Like all this stuff that is happening around you, but you're not paying attention to that because you stuck on stupid. Seriously, it says that at the end of time. At the end of time, it's gonna be man on man. A lot of man on man for real. A lot of man on man, and it's gonna be a flood and earthquakes, all this stuff. Everything that's around you. We had fire in California. You're not understanding what's going on in the world. You're not understanding what's going on in the world. So that's why I tell people it's time to get yourself together because you're not watching the signs in the world, what's happening. You're not watching them signs. It's end of times. Just being real, man. People ain't they you don't listen. Somebody have to bring it to your attention. Now I'm bringing it to your attention because people not watching the signs that's in the world. They're not watching that. Wanna know why you ain't watching? Because you don't read the Bible. I'm just gonna be real with you. Because you don't read the Bible. You don't know what to say in Revelations. You don't know what to say. So if we living in Revelations, then what's happening? Man on man. Man on man. You see all that? See all the stuff that's happening in the world? Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't want, a lot of people don't want to face reality. Listen, that's why I sit here. I don't care about what other people got going on. I sit here and try to get myself together. I sit here and try to get myself together. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care what. That's why I say I don't care what humankind got going on. Y'all can do whatever you want to do, but I try to get myself in order because when I die, I have to confess to that man upstairs. I don't have to confess to now humankind on this earthly land. I don't care if you don't like me. You don't what. I get myself. When you get to that point when you start understanding that things that's shaping us around this world and how things are looking in this world, do you understand? You understand that how everything is surrounding us, but we don't understand. Texas ain't never just had no floods and all this stuff and killing people and all that. Never had that, right? And then whatever that river, I don't forget where it said, it's over the E. Wherever that river is, it says in Revelations that river gonna start drying up. And what is it doing now? It's drying up. You're not paying attention to the signs that these are time these are our times. And then a lot of people worrying about one person or two people dying. We all gonna die. We all gonna die. Face reality. So it's time to get yourself together. Instead of worry about other people. Get yourself together. When you start understanding, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get revelations. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about revelations. Because you're not understanding it through your skull. You worrying about if Sally Mack for to die. Okay? It's the time. You worrying about if Craig Mack about to die. It's his time. Through my time, let me go. I'm gone. See you later. People worry about the wrong things nowadays or what God is doing in a person's life. If you worry about your own life, how can you make yourself better by worrying about somebody else's life? Better start somewhere. Better start somewhere. I have my little Bibles because I know, and I ain't gonna tell you that God came down here and told me just for real. Just you got to use your discernment on a lot of things. And if you use your discernment and try to walk in purpose with the Most High God and use your discernment. He gonna give you guidance. And when I read the Revelations, everything that's happening right now is in that Revelations. So therefore, I'm not confused about what's going on in the world. You have to be the person to start understanding the world. When you start understanding the world and the patterns of this world, of what's going on around you, it's a lot of dumb people. Seriously, it's a lot of dumb people. Because when you pray for everybody, right? But my prayer is not going to just hold up for everybody. You know what I'm saying? My prayer is not going to hold up for everybody because I got to balance it out. My prayer's not gonna hold up. So that means if you know that somebody else is praying for you, that means, hey, you got to do it for yourself too. You have to start praying for yourself too. You got to get in alignment somewhere, baby. It's one step that you gotta take. It's only one step you gotta take. Is acceptance of who you are. Acceptance. That's one step that you gotta take. Acceptance. Acceptance that it's gonna be however it's gonna be. You gotta accept that. Once you accept that fact, you start working on self. You start working on self. You start to behave yourself. You start to behave yourself. And when I say behave yourself, that means you got to self discipline yourself. You got to come to a conclusion with yourself if I want it or not. Do I want to become a better version of myself? Do I even want to walk in purpose? Do I even want to walk with God? Do I want to do that? Because it's a choice that you got to make. Do you remember Minister Asante when he said, Cain, do you care about if you go to hell, if you go to heaven or hell? Remember that scene, what he said on there? It's the truth. Do you even care if you going to heaven or hell? Do you care? A lot of people don't care. But do you care? You as that individual have to say, I care about these things. I care about these things. So how do I fix that? First step, self-acceptance. You have to accept yourself for who you are. All your flaws, everything. You got to accept that. And once you accept that, you start asking God for guidance. Or whatever you done first, you got, well, second, you got to repent. All that. Ask God for forgiveness. He's a forgiving God. If you know that he forgive you for anything that you have done, you got to forgive yourself and move forward in life. You got to pray more. You got to soak yourself in scriptures. I know it's probably a lot of people that probably don't know one scripture. It's a lot of people that don't know a scripture, but they know God. I know God loves me. He loves you. But do you have that one-on-one relationship with him? Do you talk to him? And God, I'm talking to you, God. Can you hear me? Talk to him and reading the Bible. That's how we really communicate with the Most High God. It's through the Bible. Communicate. And he teaches us. He guides us. He's a provider. If a man lacks wisdom, you seek it. You ask for it. And when I say self-acceptance, that means you can't be ashamed of nothing in your life. You can't be ashamed of nothing in your life. Because if you're ashamed of something in your life, then you're not gonna fully open up to the Most High God. You're not gonna open up to Him because you're ashamed of something, and you don't want to come to Him with asking Him for forgiveness or whatever you have done. You don't want to do that because you're stuck in your comfort zone. And when you get out that comfort zone, you become who you need to be on this earthly land, not for what people want you to be. You become who you need to be. back to what I was saying. I'm trying to wash my hands off because chicken be sticky for some reason. But at the end of the day, so let me look something up because it's in the Bible, but I'm supposed to look it up because I got to look it up first because I don't know everything. I don't know. I know what I'm looking for, but I got to look it up first. Okay, I know what I'm looking for. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Um, Let me see. Okay, let me get to it. I'm getting to it. Hi, boo. Okay. I don't know. Hold on. I just let me see what it's gonna put up, and then we're gonna go to the Bible. Let's see. Come on, computer. There it is. That's what it's supposed to be in. But so um so we're gonna be in Ephesians. Ephesians, okay. So that's what I'm supposed to take you to. Ephesians. Okay, take you over here a little bit. Then we're gonna talk. Then we're gonna get into Ephesians. I can find it. Oh, really? I'm just gonna have to go in the context because I can't find it. It's probably right here somewhere. Oh, no. There go Revelations. But I'm gonna do Revelations. I'm gonna do Revelations for tonight, and I'm gonna do it tonight, and then we're gonna do that tomorrow. We're gonna talk about Revelations tomorrow, and I'm gonna show you the patterns of this stuff that's going on in the world. That's happening right now in this day and age. Okay, so I gotta go to the comments. So Ephesians. Oh, I can't see nothing. Where's that? I get tired of wearing glasses. So I can't even find it. Where my glasses? Oh, they fell back here. Somebody probably ate it. Oh, there we go. 16:23. There we go. Right? I'm looking for. Oh, Right. Hmm. Okay. We gonna talk about we're gonna talk about Ephesians. You know, like how people will cast a stone, throw a stone, and all this stuff and stuff. But I know that my God said, where is it at? My God says, no corrupt language is to come from your mouth, but only what is good for building up someone in need. Okay, so that it gives grace to those who hear. So, should nothing corrupt come out your mouth? Yeah, I might be laughing, but should nothing corrupt come out your mouth? And basically just saying like just say just talking about people, saying something about people. So when it's corrupt talking, don't you know you want grace from God, right? You want grace. We all do. But how you gonna get that? Through Satan? Hmm. No. So just keep a I'll just tell you this, keep a fixed eye on self. When you keep a fixed eye on self, you develop who you need to become. You develop these skills because it's skills. A lot of people don't want to face the fact that I need a lot of work done to me. You know, when you come to that conclusion that I need a lot of work, that I need to put in a lot of work on self. A lot of people don't understand that. Some people still think that walking around with a low self-esteem, walking around with trauma, walking around with just a lot of things a lot of things that people can just hold in the inside of themselves that you need to work on. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things that people don't like to even talk about, that you're not open to talk about. I'm open to talk about anything that I experienced in my life, anything that came over, ran across my path, or whatever it is. I'm open to the conversation. You have to be open to yourself. You have to release these. How can you take care of trauma, or how can you take care of this if you don't want to acknowledge that you got a big issue with yourself? You got a big issue with yourself. You got to acknowledge that. When you come to the conclusion, I need to, you know what? I really do. I need to sit down with myself, and I need to understand myself a little bit more, because I'm not really understanding myself. Because I know that self need discipline, and I don't want nobody else to tell me that I need discipline, or I need to change my ways, or I need to do this. So that's where self come in at. You as the humankind. So, and basically when I say don't let no corrupt language, communication come out your mouth. And when I said that about that means basically God telling you right there, don't self-criticize yourself. And that's what I'm telling you. And that saying is for, talking about people and all that stuff. But I'm using it for that. Don't self-criticize yourself. But if you know that you need changing in some area, you have to acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge that. Can't nobody put that on you yourself. Okay? So I know you guys will be good. As long as you come to agreement with yourself. You'll actually be good. You actually become a better version of yourself once you come to agreement with yourself, okay? And I'm out, you guys. That's my time.